So we think the city finna come tear the memorials down. We got, good morning. I don't know if the audio work on here. Thank you. But we think they finna come tear down the memorials. We got no contact orders, so I'm just gonna set this camera up. When they start coming to tear down the memorials, I'm just gonna walk away. If they don't come tear them down, I'll stop the live. I'm gonna start doing I ain't been doing the live from Occupy City Halls, but I'm gonna start doing them again soon. We just trying to get some things figured out, but podcasts come out every day still. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna let this keep filming. Okay, so City of Rockford tearing down the memorials. They starting with the memorials on the other side. Demetrius Bennett, Mark Barmore, Kerry Blake, Logan Bell, Jovan Fresco, Geno Washington. So, don't got cameras to film the entirety, but we got cameras to film Lil Mike. And again, they got no contact orders because they embarrassed and ashamed to be caught on camera doing this, so now they trying to hide doing this. That's why they got these no contact orders. They've had people arrested for filming them tearing down memorials of people that's been murdered by the police. So when they come to this area, I move from this area in accordance with my no contact orders. They just cut down, they just tore down Gino's memorial.
No, they're moving.
They're moving to Gino, they're moving to Gino's memorial. Again, these memorials are people that's been murdered inside of Winnebago County. The people who tearing down these memorials, Jessica something, Brandon something, Missy something, all white people who have, at this point, torn down these memorials about 12 to 13 times. They falsely have people arrested and charged with disorderly conduct for filming them tearing down the memorials. These are memorials of people who the city of Rockford, who they work for, when somebody's family member sues for their loved one being wrongfully murdered, it's the city of Rockford that pays out the money. The mayor that they work for refuses to say the names of people who's been killed by his police department, refuses to say the names of people that's died in the custody of the jail that's located in this city. And instead of addressing those issues, he sends out his minions to tear down memorials. So from this angle, you should be able to see little Mike. You should be able to see. And it should also be noted that today, it's the 5th, right? 5th. Today's the day that Eddie Patterson was murdered by Jamie Cox. You'll see on the city of Rockford's gonna put out a post praising Jamie Cox and celebrating the life of Jamie Cox. And say nothing about the murder of Eddie Patterson, say nothing about the killing of Eddie Patterson. And as a point of note, the memorials, after they tear them down, the memorial's gonna go right back up. Just as a point of note. And just so that, and again, Faustin Guaitigo, murdered by the Winnebago County Sheriff deputies this year. Jose Gonzalez Jr., shot by the Rockford Police Department this year. Denzel Duvant, assaulted and brutalized at the hands of the Rockford Police Department this year. And those are just the names that we know of. I just seen a mugshot that was posted the other day of somebody who had one of their eyes swole after being arrested.
Waiting to come over to this side of the street.
What you say?
They're waiting to
cross over. Lil Mike, 16 years old. These grown ass people that's gonna come down here and tear down this memorial of this child that was murdered. Grown ass racist white people. This is what institutional racism looks like. This is what institutional racism looks like. When an institution deals in practices that disproportionately negatively impacts people of color. That's institutional racism. I don't care how many black friends any of these people got individually, or how many black people they done slept with. Denzel do fine. This who they here for real though. They here for Eddie. He got killed on November 5th by a crooked ass, racist ass cop. This who they here for. Denzel Duvant, beat by racist ass cops. Lil Mike killed by racist ass cops. November 5th, rest in power Eddie Patterson. This who they here for. Rest in power Eddie Patterson, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Lil Mike Sago, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Joseph McCormick, murdered by corrupt ass cops. Rest in power Mikey Guzman, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Shannon Graves, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Faustin Guaitigo, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Kerry Blake, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Logan Bell, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Mark Barmore, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Geno Washington, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Jasper Banks, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Philip Johnson, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Demetrius Bennett, murdered by racist ass cops. Rest in power Jovan Fresco, murdered by racist ass Metro Enforcement Agency, rented cops. Rest in power Suzette Babler, murdered by corrupt ass cops. Fuck the police and fuck the city of Rockford government too. They going right back up.